Happy Friday! I love it when I can say Happy Friday, and I get to do that one day a week for 52 weeks. I'm liking that. It is Friday, 5th day of February 2021. I am Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your weekend with us. It is a super weekend. There's a football game of some importance, I'm told. It's going to be played on Sunday in Tampa Bay. Lots to get to you today. First of all, it's a beautiful morning. Look outside of our window behind me. That's just super nice. And we're in for another beautiful day. This has been a great stretch of weather. Going to change. Not real dramatically over the weekend, but you're going to start noticing some pretty chilly temperatures come next week. We hit 52 degrees yesterday. 52! It was beautiful. Normally we're at 39 for the afternoon high this time of the year. And we're in for another beautiful day today. A little windy tonight, Saturday. Slight cool down on Sunday. Big cool down into the weekend or into the early part of next weekend. Lots of snow in the mountains. Forecast details are coming up. We got some news to get to. Pine Canyon, it's not going to open for maybe a month now, we're told. We'll have that as our lead story and some other news items to get to. Some of it COVID, but most of it not. Sports, we'll preview the 55th edition of the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. We'll have that. Plus Gonzaga, victorious last night in a game that got moved up in the schedule because they had to find somebody to play. We'll have the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike Minardi's opinion. We're going to replay the interview I did with Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, because the Empty Bowls fundraiser, the 9th annual Empty Bowls fundraiser, is going on as we speak. And you should take part of it. It's a pretty cool deal. I really like it. All right, let's see what we have here besides a gorgeous Friday morning. It is 40 degrees outside of our studios, and since we hit 52 yesterday, I think we may get right up near there again because we're off to a pretty warm start. Yesterday at this time, it was 33 degrees, so we'll take that. Bountiful sunshine, a couple of high clouds. Sun's coming up earlier now, 7:21. Sunrise this morning, sunset tonight, 5:10. That's 9 hours and 49 minutes of daylight. And by early next week, we'll be past the 10-hour mark as the days get longer and the snow continues to melt. Look at Birch Mountain. It continues to dissipate in the upper elevations. Okay, let's see where, I can't wait with a beautiful day like today. Okay, let me think. I'm going to use my old noggin here. Stamen Flats? Hey, thank you, Dan. Stamen Flats. Just below the Knaps Hill Tunnel, you see that little car down there at the bottom of your screen. That's US 97A on the Chelan County side of the Columbia River. Big swath of orchard land that you can see to the left of your screen. That, of course, is the area just outside of Orondo, and still quite a bit of snow. You can kind of make out Adiac a little bit. Certainly Earthquake Point is very visible to your right, and way off is the Wenatchee Valley. Hi, Columbia River. We love you. Camera number 3. Ooh, let me think. Oh, Megan's throwing some real curveballs my way. Let's think. It's I'm going to say Steins. Yay, I got it right. Steins Hill, not too far from Cashmere, Washington. Looks like, well, you can see the commute on the highway at the lower center of your screen as people are heading into the Wenatchee Valley to do whatever it is that they do. My guess is the grocery stores will be pretty busy. Now, I don't know how many people are having Super Bowl parties in this COVID world. The authorities are saying it's really not a very good idea to cram a bunch of people in a room to have a party, but, you know, some people are just going to do it anyway. It's kind of a pseudo-national holiday. Camera 4. Beautiful view from Billy Goat. Thank you, Megan, for using that one today. I don't ask Megan for any particular cameras. It's entirely up to her. She gets to decide on a weekly basis where we go, and she says Billy Goat looks good to her, and it looks good to me. Brewster, you're right in the middle of the screen. Bridgeport is tucked behind the ridge that you see to the right. You can see, I can't quite make out Pateros, but it's there. Way off in the distance, the Okanagan Highlands, including famous Tunk Mountain, high up above the Omak-Okanagan Riverside area. All of these cameras courtesy of Sky-Fi, Localtel's wireless high-speed internet. Snow? For us, nothing. For the mountains, yeah. Not too much today. For Stevens Pass, they're going to get about 3 to 4 inches of snow today. I-90, about 2 inches of snow they're expecting today. And they're going to get a little bit of snow tonight. And then a big, big bunch of snow going to come down Saturday night and into Sunday. Just I wanted to give you a heads up on that. Cascades are going to get a lot of snow, as is the Idaho Panhandle and western Montana. But, of course, as you can see by that big swath in the middle, no snow for the Wenatchee Valley or the Columbia Basin. Maybe a little bit in the Lake Wenatchee Plain, Leavenworth area, but we're going to miss out on the additional snowfall. The big story next week. Whew, here comes the cold air. Yeah, don't pack away your mucklucks and your hats and your jackets quite yet. Look at that big swath of Arctic air. It's going to come right down the upper Midwest. It's going to be bitterly cold in eastern Montana, the Dakotas, Minnesota, all the way down into the Texas Panhandle. We're going to be cooler than normal, but not bitterly cold. And obviously, the places that you want to be, if you want to avoid the cold air that's coming, is almost all of Arizona, eastern Southern California, and down in the Florida area. Outside of that, almost everybody in the continental United States is going to be below normal next week as a big blast of Arctic air comes down from our friends in Canada. Just a heads up, going to be chilly next week. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. We do it again today. Now, again, we just went down. We're at 39 degrees right now, so we're well ahead of where we were yesterday at this time. So that 48-degree mark, we could easily bump into the 50s today since we hit 52 yesterday. 35 for the overnight low, so just another sunny, mild day again today. We've had a long string of that. It's going to start to come to a little bit of an end tonight. A little windy tonight. It doesn't show up on your graphic there, but under partly cloudy skies, we'll get down to 35, but a little breezy. A west wind overnight tonight, 7 to 15 miles an hour, gusts above 20 at times. Tomorrow morning, a few clouds, maybe a light rain snow mix in the early morning hours. I'm talking 6, 7, 8 a.m. But then as the day progresses, the snow level is going to go way up to about 3,600 feet, which is why the passes are going to get a lot of snow. We're going to have sun. It's going to be breezy, though, even stronger winds. We could see gusts up near 30 miles an hour here in the Wenatchee Valley on Saturday afternoon, high of 48. Super Bowl Sunday, a registered trademark of the National Football League, all rights reserved. Sunshine and a high of 42. Here comes that colder air we're talking about. We get a little bit cooler on Monday, considerably cooler on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, our normal afternoon high is going to be about 40. So we're going to go from well above normal to well below normal as the cold air comes in. As you can see, we'll have overnight lows in the teens. So it could very well be the coldest temperatures of the winter season so far. But as far as precipitation is concerned, we're not a lot happening there. Now, the mountain passes, that's another story altogether. Live shot of I-90 right now. Traction tires are advised. Snow and slush on the roadway. It is snowing, but it's not snowing too hard. But still, there's a traction tire advisory. That is a shot at the summit of Stevens Pass. Last time, snow quality. Last time I looked at Stevens, you couldn't see anything. Yep, that's pretty much it. It is snowing on Stevens Pass. Traction tires are advised. Compact snow, slush, and ice on Stevens Pass. And just to make it a three of a kind, Blewett Pass has a traction tire advisory. They got snow and slush on the roadway. We're told this morning it is snowing very heavily on Blewett Pass. Earlier this morning when I got here, I had a chance to look at the Valley High camera and the Black Mountain camera, and it was snowing. And it's snowing on Blewett. So heavy snow coming down on Blewett. All three have a traction tire advisory, all right? So traction tires are advised across the board on Snoqualmie Pass, on Stevens Pass, on Blewett Pass. They're going to get some snow today, as you saw by the graphic. 3 to 4 inches of snow, another 3 to 4 inches of snow possible tonight. But the big snow comes Saturday. 6 to 10 inches of snow all day on Saturday, an additional 3 to 7 inches of snow on Saturday night, and they're going to get 3 or 4 inches of snow on Sunday. So by Monday morning up in the mountain passes, anywhere from 14 to 28 inches of new snow in the Cascades. Again, traction tires are advised across the board. All three of the major mountain passes are reporting snowfall. 9 minutes after the hour, a quick break, then we'll come back. We'll have your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
At Winco, we do everything. Everything to save you money. Top quality and no membership fees ever. Winco.
Now in Wenatchee at 1340 North Wenatchee Avenue. Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
Minutes after the hour, clear skies, 39 degrees, upper 40s, maybe even lower 50s today, just like we had yesterday. Sunshine for everybody. A little windy tonight, a little windy on Saturday, but still quite a bit of sunshine. Then we start that cooling trend that we've been talking about. That starts on Sunday. Here are your headlines. The rock slide that closed Highway 2 in Pine Canyon early on Tuesday morning. Well, it's probably going to keep that route closed for up to 6 weeks. State DOT spokeswoman Lauren Loebsack told State Patrol Trooper Jeremy Weber that the damage from the slide significant.
So that rock slide dropped about 300 yards of material, and it also exposed a boulder about the size of a truck that's hanging over the highway, and pulled away some netting and sheared a cable anchor. So that work to remove the boulder and repair the netting will require a contractor. And in the meantime, it is not safe for the public to go through there. So the closure is going to need to remain in place until the work is done. That's probably going to happen sometime in March.
Okay, so how long do you think it'll be closed?
Up to 6 weeks. Okay. We're hoping to get it open, as soon as possible, but it takes time.
Now, while the highway is closed through Pine Canyon, Weber says law enforcement is going to ticket anybody who tries to, drive around the roadblocks. You're not supposed to do that, so obviously the best path right now to get to Waterville from the Wenatchee Valley is via Badger Mountain Road, which will have certainly heavier than normal traffic for a while now. President Joe Biden's administration on Thursday declared the Washington wildfires of last summer a federal disaster. The state has sought disaster classification for those massive fires since last September when the fires broke out, but the Trump administration never acted on that request. The president's approval makes federal money available for recovery and rebuilding in the fire zone. That includes Douglas County, Okanagan County, and the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Indian Reservation. Last year's wildfire season destroyed more than 800,000 acres and 298 homes, including severe damage to Bridgeport and the near destruction of the town of Malden. A 1-year-old child killed in Okanagan County's Labor Day fires, his parents badly burned. Grant County wants to build a new jail, and it's a long way from where the current jail is. They want to build it next door to the Ephrata Airport. Now, under the county's plan, the jail next door to the county courthouse, which was built to house about 200 inmates, would be replaced by a larger jail on the outskirts of Ephrata. The Grant County Board of Commissioners is now taking public comment on that recommendation. Citizens can submit written comments to the Commissioner's office by February 19th, or you can attend a virtual public hearing on February 22nd. The Wenatchee School District's half-day in-class instruction schedule has meant a lot more buses out on the road throughout the school day, and that's led to a serious shortage of drivers to cover all the routes. In fact, Superintendent Paul Gordon told the school board on Tuesday that administrators and engineers have had to take over bus routes as more drivers are being trained. And to train a driver, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks.
From today going forward, will continue be the razor's edge because of the sheer number of drivers, the sheer number of buses, and the sheer number of routes, and trying to get everybody to and from and how tight it is. But that's just going to be a daily basis that Mark and Jenny and Jen keep working through to make sure that we're able to do everything we need to do. So I huge appreciation for the transportation team, our drivers, and making this happen. Jenny's trying to get a few more people. They're in the queue of being trained, but they have, you have to log significant hours, and Jenny has to be there to certify that. So it's a lot of time, and she has a full-time job of making sure that our routes are going, and she's having to pick up sub positions too. She's actually driving. Her, Jen, and some of the mechanics are driving. So it's just a real loggerhead right now of trying to get our new drivers trained and then in there. But the only way to get Jen out of there is get more more people driving buses.
As vaccines and other measures are brought to bear on the coronavirus pandemic, 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier wants to see more at-home COVID-19 tests made available to the general public. In a remote hearing on Wednesday of the House Energy and Commerce Health Subcommittee, Congresswoman Schreier said federal effort is needed to get those tests cheaply and easily into American homes.
So surveillance testing helps pick up evolving outbreaks once a disease is under control. But right now, rapid at-home antigen tests done on a regular basis could dramatically slow the spread. So for regular at-home testing to work, the test would have to be cheap enough for people to use every day or two, see if they're shedding the virus, and then just take themselves out of circulation. Guess what? Home tests like this already exist. Actually, I'm really close. But the ones that are currently available are way too expensive for daily use at $25 to $50 per test. Some require a prescription and equipment. But here's the thing, the components are really cheap. Produced at scale, they could cost less than $1 each. Did you know that the $15 pregnancy test in the store wholesales for 70 cents? And this is the same concept. So why aren't they already in our hands? Well, there's lots of reasons, but one is that big companies are buying up those components and their profit margin's higher for making a $1,030 test as opposed to $30,001 tests. So another is that the Trump administration didn't put its weight behind this concept. And meanwhile, a year later, 441,000 dead, more than 3,000 dying every day, and daily at-home testing would bend the curve. To your knowledge and from your prior experience, did the Trump administration dive in and take an active role in the testing, approval, procurement, and manufacturing of these sorts of tests?
The prior administration did quite a bit to interfere with FDA's independence in regulating these tests in public health emergencies. There's been a lot of confusion as a result of this interference. I think FDA is now poised to be able to regain its step on its mission to make sure that the American public has access to tests that work as intended. And they don't have to be the best tests in the world. They just have to work as intended. And do we understand their limitations?
That's exactly right. You could have an imperfect test, but if you do it every day, if you don't catch the disease on Monday, you'll catch it on Tuesday and you'll stay home from work or school. Thank you for that answer. And that explains some of the holdup.
That is your news on this Friday morning. It has been a very busy news week for the crew, and they've earned their pay. It ain't much, but they've earned it. With a preview of tonight's newscast, here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, today's weather and through the weekend will be unseasonably warm. Then the coldest temperatures of the winter could be headed our way. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom continues his look at Sunday's Super Bowl between Kansas City and Tampa Bay. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We also hope that you take a little time to drop us a note. If you got a news tip, just want to say hi. We'd love to hear from you, our viewers, and you're pretty good at getting a hold of us. Best way to do it is just to email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, and click on the contact icon and submit a news tip or just drop us a note. Or you can go to our Facebook page and use the Messenger app. And just shoot us a how you doing, all right? We'd love to hear from you. 19 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got sports, including this football game everybody seems to be talking about. We'll have that, plus the obscure holiday. You're going to like this one. We'll have some celebrity birthdays today in history. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And Alan Walker from the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council. It's a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book. Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Just about 21 minutes after the hour, Super Bowl weekend pretty much upon us. The NFL season comes to an end. Tampa Bay, Kansas City, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Chiefs are the favorite right now, a little over 3 points to repeat as the champions of the NFL. The American Gambling Association estimates that 23.2 million people in this country will wager about $4.3 billion on this year's game. A record 7.6 million people will bet with an online sports book. That's up 63% from last year. And one guy who's making the largest bet of anybody, that guy, Jim Mattress McIlvain. Yeah, he's a Texan. No surprise there. He flew into Colorado Springs Wednesday, logged on to the DraftKings mobile betting app from the airport, and placed a $3.46 million bet on the Buccaneers. Mattress Mac has done this before. In 2019, he bet $11 million on the Astros beating the Nationals in the World Series. Of course, the Astros came up short. They lost in 7 games. In addition, McIngvale is putting his money where his mouth is in his furniture store. If you're a customer and you buy more than $3,000 worth of furniture in his store, you get your money back if Tampa Bay wins on Sunday. Now, the weather. Looking a little dicey for the surrounding area around Tampa. Gusty winds, 20 miles an hour, a 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms early in the day. Heavy rain Saturday could leave for a slippery surface. Come Sunday, CBS will begin its coverage with NFL Films' Road to the Super Bowl at 9 a.m. Tony Goes to the Super Bowl starts at 10 a.m. That's with Tony Romo interviewing Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And the actual pregame show, you got 4 hours to kill for Super Bowl today. It goes from 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. The network will head into the stadium at 3 for the national anthem. Eric Church will be singing that. Jasmine Sullivan assisting. Kickoff at about 3:30 our time. There will be about 25,000 fans inside Raymond James Stadium. And the halftime show, for the first time in Super Bowl history, won't be on the field, but rather on a stage in the stands. Performing the halftime show, the band, The Weeknd. And they're good. It's been a shakeup at the front office of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. After more than 15 years of serving as the team's general manager, Ken Osborne has resigned that position. Ali Shank, who has been the assistant GM for the past 4 seasons, will now become the general manager. Osborne worked alongside original Apple Sox owner Jim Corcoran since 2006 as assistant general manager, became the general manager in 2018. Osborne was crucial in his role when Jose Oglesby bought the team from Corcoran 3 years ago. Now, with her promotion, Shank joins Corvallis' Bree Miller and Bellingham's Stephanie Morelli as the only 3 female general managers in the West Coast League. In Thursday's press release from the Apple Sox, Osborne says he's going to work alongside his wife in her insurance business. Best of luck to our good friend, Ken. Gonzaga shook off a slow start, pulled away in the second half, beat Pacific in men's college basketball last night on the road. The final was 76-58. Drew Timme led the way, 21 points. Jalen Suggs had a 19. The Tigers came out playing aggressive, and the Bulldogs were not. In fact, the Bulldogs trailed at halftime. It's only the second time this season that Gonzaga trailed at halftime. The game was moved up 3 weeks because of postponements in Gonzaga's schedule. The Bulldogs will be at BYU on Monday at 8 o'clock on ESPN's Big Monday. All right, to the scoreboard we go. In other men's action last night, Oregon State had all 5 starters finish in double figures. Beavers, no trouble dispatching the Huskies, 91-71. And Isaac Bonton, 23 points. Washington State made 6 of 8 free throws in the final 30 seconds, and they beat Oregon 74-71 in Eugene. Noah Williams had 14 points. Coach Kyle Smith was happy with his team. It was a physical game. There were 52 fouls called last night.
Yeah, obviously a really big win for us. Thought we played really well, start to finish, with a group that we hadn't been in a lot of situations, tight games in a while, and made our free throws and hung in there, and really proud how we we had some guys had to step up with people being injured, and TJ Bomba not having much practice time and having a tooth, and DJ Rodman got hit in the nose, but we had some guys step up, and really fun game to win.
College basketball tomorrow. The Huskies and the Ducks are on national TV. Washington will be in Eugene to take on Oregon, 1 o'clock, again on CBS. The Cougars head to Corvallis. They'll take on Oregon State at 3. You can watch that on the Pac-12 Network. Haley Van Lith's Louisville Cardinals back on the winning track last night. They beat up on Boston College pretty good, 97-68, the game in Boston. Dana Evans led the way, 23 points. Haley had 15. It was a bounce-back game, of course, for Louisville. They lost for the first time this year, earlier in the week, to North Carolina State. On tap today at noon, you got Washington State hosting number 5 UCLA. In Pullman, Washington will host USC at 7 o'clock tonight. Then they reverse that on Sunday. Trojans at Wazoo. Huskies hosting the Bruins. Our schedule, we got wrestling, we got basketball, we got hockey for you this weekend on the NCAA Live channel. Tonight at 7 o'clock, Wenatchee High School, the location. Panthers hosting Eastmont. Big Nine Wrestling. Eric had your play-by-play. That's 7 o'clock tonight. Then we got Eastmont hosting Moses Lake and Big Nine Basketball. That's Saturday. Girls tip it off at 2 o'clock. Boys at 7. Grant Olson had the call there. And then our checker. Yeah, he's got a couple of Wenatchee Wild games he's going to call for you on Sunday. First up at 2 o'clock, the Wild in Penticton from December 14th at 2019. And at 7, you got Wenatchee and the Salmon Arm Silverbacks. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday, 5th day of February. I had 5 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is World Nutella Day. Today is National Weather Person's Day. So to Grant, happy birthday. Today is National Wear Red Day. This is actually a serious day because it's National Wear Red Day. You're supposed to wear red to draw attention to heart disease, which is, of course, the #1 killer of American women in this country. So you might see a lot of ladies dressed in red today. Today is National Bubblegum Day. But no, today we're gonna take a shower with a friend. Yes, National Shower with a Friend Day today. The holiday started as one thing, and then it kind of morphed into something else. It was a company that made, water filters, and in order to promote their product, they came up with this National Shower with a Friend Day, trying to encourage people to buy water filters, and now it's National Shower with a Friend Day. But I have fun facts about taking a shower. On average, Americans take anywhere from 6.6 to 6.7 showers a week. So basically, we shower just about every day. How does one take a 0.6 of a shower? I don't know. The average shower lasts approximately 14 minutes. Males take more showers than females. Females tend to take more baths than males. I don't think we're all surprised about that. 58% of Americans take their shower in the morning. 68% of people admit that they will take a shower just to relax and escape. About 73% of people have taken a shower with somebody who they care about. The biggest complaint that women have about men, #1 on the list, men not cleaning the shower when they're done. And my favorite fact about taking a shower, 37% of all Americans say we want to conserve water and use water more responsibly, only we don't want to do it in the shower. I never liked those low flow shower heads. No, I like my shower powerful and hot. Take a shower with a friend day today. There's other photos I could have used, but we want to keep our FCC license. There is a today in history, Statue of Liberty. There's a sonnet, a poem, right at the base of the Statue of Liberty. You're familiar with it. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, your wretched refuse from your teeming shore. We'll take you all in. It's America, Statue of Liberty. Well, on February 5th, 1917, 104 years ago today, the United States Congress said no. They passed the Immigration Act about a few months earlier. Woodrow Wilson, the president, vetoed it. He said this is stupid. Congress overrode that veto on this date in 1917, 104 years ago today. and the Immigration Act of 1917 took effect. So give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore, except for the following people who, starting on February 5th, 1917, are no longer allowed to come to the United States. Alcoholics, anarchists, laborers, criminals, convicts, epileptics, feeble-minded persons, idiots, illiterates, imbeciles, insane persons, paupers, persons afflicted with a contagious disease, persons being mentally or physically defective, persons with constitutional psychopathic inferiority, don't even know what that is, political radicals, polygamists, prostitutes, vagrants, and pretty much anybody who lives in Asia. 104 years ago today. Then they started writing in exceptions. 63 years ago today, February 5th, 1958, 63 years ago today, there was a practice exercise, and an F-86 fighter plane inadvertently collided with a B-47 bomber that was carrying a hydrogen bomb. Well, the pilot of the fighter safely ejected. The fighter crashed out in the middle of nowhere. Now, the crew of the bomber figured they could land, and they got permission to jettison the hydrogen bomb. So in case they had a rough landing, they didn't want the bomb to detonate. They got permission from the Air Force to get rid of the bomb. So the bomber landed safely. The bomb, known as the Tybee Bomb, crashed off the coast of Savannah, Georgia, and they've never found it. It's still out there somewhere. I don't think I'm going to be moving to Savannah anytime in the near future. Yeah, this is a great one. February 5th, 1985, 36 years ago today, the mayor of Rome and the mayor of Carthage met in Tunis to sign the peace treaty of friendship between Rome and Carthage, and therefore ending the Third Punic War, which lasted 2,131 years. The Romans won. They just never got around to putting the whole thing in writing, and so the war came to an end after 2,131 years. I have no photo of it. I just thought I'd throw that up there. We do Super Bowls. This is the last time we'll be doing Super Bowls, of course, because there has never been a Super Bowl that's gone later than February 7th. So here we do. You remember Super Bowl Extra Large, Super Bowl XL? If you're a Seahawk fan, of course you remember this one. Super Bowl 40 in Detroit. Final score, Pittsburgh 21, Seattle 10. Don't want to get into the officiating thing. I brought it up with my friend Uriah yesterday at the office, and he could just tell he was getting mad again. But I'll tell you this much. After the Seahawks lost, of course, they had the big rally for the Seahawks at the stadium after they returned from losing the Super Bowl. And Mike Holmgren really let the refs have it at this rally, and he wasn't fined. The NFL kind of let him say his piece about the officiating. Fun facts about Super Bowl Extra Large. This was the first Super Bowl to be telecast in high definition. It's the last Super Bowl to be broadcast by ABC. ABC is no longer in the rotation to broadcast Super Bowls. It was the first Super Bowl ever played on field turf. Every previous Super Bowl, the 39 previous Super Bowls, were played on either natural grass or AstroTurf. The Steelers became the very first number 6 seed to win the Super Bowl, and the halftime show, the Rolling Stones, they put Mick Jagger's mic on a 5-second delay. Probably a good idea. Less we talk about Super Bowl Extra Large, the better. Let's move on to Super Bowl XLVI, sometimes referred to as Super Bowl 46. Giants beat the Patriots 21-17 at Indianapolis, Indiana. The Giants set a new record that still stands. They had the worst record of any team ever to win the Super Bowl. They were 9-7 that year, but they won at the right time to win the Super Bowl. The halftime show featuring Madonna, highest rated Super Bowl halftime show, not the most watched, but the highest rated. That happened in 2012. And this is the 4th anniversary of what many people consider the greatest Super Bowl ever played, Super Bowl LI, Super Bowl 51. The Patriots beat the Falcons in Houston, 34-28, the largest comeback in Super Bowl history. The Patriots were down 28-3 in the third quarter and came all the way back Yeah, they blew a 28-3 lead, the Falcons did. The game, of course, is the first and so far the only Super Bowl ever to be decided in overtime. And Fox got lucky. The game was broadcast on Fox. And because the game went to overtime, Fox got to do 4 extra commercials during overtime, which made them a cool $20 million. Super Bowl LI. And finally, birthdays. Hal Blaine, the most highly regarded drummer in the history of rock and roll. Over 35,000 sessions, over 6,000 hit songs, 150 top 10 hits. Hal Blaine played drums on 40 songs that went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. If you get in your car or sit at home and turn on your radio to either an oldies station or a classic rock station, within that half an hour time frame or so, you're going to hear a song that Hal Blaine played on. Considered by many the greatest drummer of all time. Hal Blaine, born in the state of 1929. We lost Hal a couple of years ago at the age of 90, but the music lives on. Hank Aaron. Hammer and Hank, of course, we lost Hank. He would have been 87 years old today. Died a couple of weeks ago. He is the Braves franchise, the great Henry Aaron, Hank Aaron. I followed the whole Hank Aaron chasing after the ghost of Babe Ruth was something I was just enthralled with when I was a kid. Hank Aaron, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, born in the state of 1934. And if Hank Aaron is the Braves, Roger Staubach is the Cowboys. In fact, he was voted the number 1 Dallas Cowboy of all time in a poll a couple of years ago. The great Roger Staubach, United States Naval Academy, served his country in Vietnam, quarterbacked the Cowboys for 11 years, made a bunch of money in the world of business, and is a super duper awesome class guy. Happy 79th birthday, Roger Staubach. Going to take a break. When we come back, we will have an opinion from Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and then my conversation with Alan Walker. Going to play it for you again. It's got some interesting and important information about the Empty Bowls event. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
These days, it can be hard to trust the media. What's true, what's fake, and who is behind the message? I'm a freelance journalist and videographer who has spent years studying the media, interviewing people, writing stories, and producing documentary videos. But I was born and raised in Eastern Washington and grew up working on farms and in the fields. Now I'm taking a look at what local, regional, and national news stories mean to us here in North Central Washington. Join me, Dominic Bonney, for Common Sense on NCW Life TV.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Celebrate the month of love in the Lake Chelan Wine Valley with red wine and chocolate pairings all month long. The Lake Chelan AVA has over 30 tasting rooms and wineries offering romantic activities, dining options, outdoor wine tastings by the fire, and much more. Visit the Lake Chelan Wine Valley in February and immerse yourself in all things love. For details, locations, and hours of operation, visit LakeChelanWineValley.com.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, while discussing politics, I once mentioned to a friend of mine that people's opinions and their perspectives were formed in part by their environment, their education, and their experience. No, my friend said. Perspective and opinions don't matter. There was only what was true. Well, how limiting, I thought. While such a closed-minded attitude might figure correctly when you say 2 + 2 = 4, it doesn't carry much weight when you consider someone's political or philosophical position. And actually, as far as the sum of 2 + 2, I believe Einstein's theory of relativity even challenged that one. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tamer.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
And we are back on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Anytime I can use the word annual, it's a good thing, which means people like it. It has a little momentum. It begins to become a tradition. And the 9th annual Wenatchee Empty Bowls event is, well, it's going on now, technically speaking, and we want you to participate. You're familiar with it by now, and if you're not, Alan Walker, the executive director of the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, who's making his very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, has agreed to join us. Hello, Alan, my friend.
Good morning, Dan. First appearance with
the mask.
Our new attire.
Alan has been on the show in this COVID world, but we were doing it on Skype, but we have decided as long as we're masked up and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and nobody knows about doing what they're supposed to be doing better than Alan, we thought we'd have him into the studio. First of all, I think you were my last guest of the 2020 year. You used the term adaptability.
Yes.
To sum up your organization in the year 2020. Here we are a month into 2021. Give me a quick little update on the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council.
Boy, the word hasn't changed much, still adaptability. But we're going great. We really are. And we continue to evolve. We continue to try to figure out how we can better serve our customers and our neighbors looking for a little assistance. And it really has worked out well. You know, we've gone to almost an entirely remote process for a lot of our programs. Some we're still face-to-face with people and in their homes with their weatherization or be it with food distribution. But a lot of our other programs we're able to completely do over the phone, and it really reduces a lot of challenges or barriers that folks have to get a little bit of help.
It's good that you mentioned weatherization this time of the year because we're in winter. We need to touch on that a little bit more. For those of you who don't know, maybe some of the clients live in an older home that has newspaper, as their insulation, and you guys help them out with that.
We do, yeah. Our weatherization crew, they do about 30 homes a year, which for a crew of 3 is quite an accomplishment, I think. But yes, insulation, doors, windows. Sometimes we can do HVAC systems. We just finished up one home. We were able to do their HVAC system, their cooking range. It was a gas range, as well as their hot water tank. So a lot of different programs, different funding sources that we have to support that. So if folks are in need of some weatherization, some home improvement projects, we primarily focus, of course, on low-income individuals. You don't have to be the homeowner; you can be a renter, and check us out, see if we can do some work for you.
Before we get into the Empty Bowls event, one more quick question. It's actually not a question. I asked Alan to fill in this blank during our December visit, and I asked Alan off the hand, how much food that you guys distributed in the year 2020, especially after COVID hit and people were being laid off and they were having a hard time making ends meet, and you had new clients for the first time. And I can't remember the number, but I made my jaw drop. You remember what it was off the top of your head?
Yes, I do. Just over 4 million pounds in 2020. That equates to roughly 80,000 pounds of food a week. So if you can imagine 2 semi trucks going down the interstate, each one of those carries about 40,000 pounds. So every week, 2 semis of food we were repackaging and getting out the door. About 1,800 households a week, 20 different locations throughout the 2-county area.
And I know it sounds silly, but where does the food come from? And if you say the farm, I'm going to slap you upside the head.
Oh, I was going to say the ground.
Yeah.
Is that better than the farm?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Although you did have a number of agricultural providers give you potatoes and onions. And
absolutely.
Stuff like
We
that.
had a great response from local producers, potatoes, onions, fruit, just a tremendous response from our local farmers. And predominantly the food is mostly rescue products from grocery stores and federal food programs. There was a lot of trade mitigation, a lot of things were put into place that restricted the food being exported out of our country. And so the federal government was buying up some of that surplus food, and we were being the recipients of that, and our neighbors as well.
8 years ago, they came up with Empty Bowls. It's now ready to go for its 9th annual event. It already began. It began a couple of weeks ago, and it goes over the next 8 weeks, if I remember correctly. Empty Bowls 101, as we throw up photos, Alan's going to give you the gist of what this is all about.
Absolutely. So for the next 6 weeks, we're 2 weeks into the 8-week program. Every Sunday from noon to 6 p.m. with our great partner, Inspiration Ceramics and Art Cafe. You can come into their facility there between noon and 6 p.m. on Sundays. You can schedule an appointment and paint in their facility. They will have limited space available for that. Or you can simply come in, purchase your bowls, they will give you the paints, and you can go home and paint your own bowl in your home. Bring it back to Inspirations. They glaze it, they fire it. It becomes a beautiful display piece, or you can use it for your everyday eating.
And people do it.
And people do it, yes, yes. My wife and I have several bowls, although mine are not on display. They're hidden in the back of the cupboard. My wife's, however, are beautiful, and they're out now.
Yeah, some of the people put a lot of effort and time. Some of these bowls are phenomenally, they're works of art.
Yes, they are. They really are. You'll see some pictures there, and we have one gentleman that's painting all of the presidents in the bowls, and I think he's down to about 10 more presidents. But that's quite an accomplishment over the course of the years, and a true artist at his work. So I mentioned Inspirations. I also need to mention Cascade Natural Gas, a great supporter of our organization and a great partner on this year's Empty Bowls event.
And there's a reason they call it the Empty Bowls event, because there are still way too many people in the North Central Washington area who go to bed hungry.
There are, Dan, there really are. We were hoping to start to see a little bit of reduced demand, if you will, through our food distribution sites as we entered into 2021. That has not occurred. If anything, we're seeing additional people seeking food support. So the number of people looking for a little extra nutritional support during the week or during the month, it continues to increase. And that's really what the Empty Bowls event is to illustrate, is not everybody's bowl is full when they sit down to eat. And this is one way that we can give back as a community and support the efforts of our food distribution center and our folks there, and really to support our entire community.
And for those of you who haven't been to the grocery store lately, the price of food has not gone down. Sometimes it's rather shocking. I buy some of the same core items on a weekly basis, and all of a sudden I'm paying $5-6 more a week than I did just a couple of weeks ago for
Yes.
stuff I buy all the time.
It's true. The cost of goods is increasing. I think that's indicative of just the cost in transportation, the additional costs, just as we are here today with masks and other safety protocols, and the grocery stores have to do those things as well. And there's a cost associated with all those things. And as consumers, we oftentimes get to absorb some of that extra cost.
So empty bowls, you make your donation. The more you pony up, the more bowls you get, which means the more painting you get to do, and the more that Alan and his group at Chelan Douglas Community Action Council gets. Do you get to pick the colors? Do you have? How does all this work? You say, I want a whole bunch of different colors. I want to, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it does. It comes with a complete kit. So you get to pick, it's 4 or 5 colors you get to pick that you want to take home with you, and they give you the paint to take with you. If you want to purchase brushes, they have a package of 4 brushes, I believe it is, for $5. So fairly inexpensive. You can get the brushes if you don't have brushes at home. But the great thing about this is you can really use any item that you may have at home. A lot of folks use a sponge and do sponge painting on the bowl. So you don't have to have a brush. There's other ways to do it. You can use soap and water and make bubbles, designs on the bowl. But the paintbrushes are there to purchase if you need to. You take the kit home, or you stay at Inspirations and paint it on site. You finish the product. You hand it back over to the staff or the volunteers at Inspirations, and then they will glaze it and fire it. And then come mid-April, there will be an opportunity to come back to Inspirations and pick up the bowl.
Good for Inspirations, because it's you don't have to do this. It's like I've said many times, it's easier to say no than yes, and they said yes. So
they said yes, and Jennifer and her team have just been phenomenal to work with. Just great people.
And for many years, obviously we're in this COVID world now. It was a big event. I mean, a bunch of people would gather at the Pybus at the local Event Center with the tables, and it was a kind of almost a party atmosphere. You can still you can go down to Inspirations and do this. So if you prefer to maybe get your creative juices flowing by seeing other people paint a bowl, you can still do that in person.
You can still do that in person. They are limited. It's tables of 4, so folks are spread out. But you can still go and do it in person. Again, it's every Sunday from this Sunday till March 14, noon to 6 p.m.
And this is your single biggest fundraiser of the year from a food distribution standpoint, right?
It is, yes. This is really our only fundraiser from a dollar standpoint that we do for the Food Distribution Center type of an event. We have, food collection events and things like that. But this is really the only one where we're raising cash support for the food distribution.
And can you just say, hey, I don't want to paint, but my granddaughter loves to paint and my grandson loves to paint. Can I just buy them the stuff and they can do it? I mean, without you having to actually paint a bowl?
It's exactly what I am doing. I'm guilty of that. I'll be purchasing bowls for our granddaughters to paint. They are much more artistic and creative than I am. So we'll be purchasing bowls for them. So yes, if the artistic flair is not on your spectrum, do it for a loved one, whatever that might look like.
What Alan is so delicately trying to say is if you can't paint a bowl, other people will do it for you. Do we get all the necessary information? I want to kind of go through one more time on the important dates and what people need to do and how do they get, is there a Facebook page, a website? How do I get all that information?
There's all that information. I must say, even as lack of talent that I am in painting, I did a very nice one year. It was all black and the bottom of the bowl was yellow, and I call it the full moon.
Oh, I like it.
Yes. So, it's there. Yes, Facebook page is available. Inspiration Ceramic, their website, the Community Action Council website, CDCAC, information is available at that location as well. And Facebook CDCAC or Facebook Inspiration Ceramic. You can find information on the Facebook as well. Again, it's every Sunday from this Sunday to March 14th at Inspirations, which is on 9th Street, right across the street from the Confluence Health Pharmacy drive-up window there on 9th Street. So Sundays, noon to 6 p.m.
March 14th is the deadline to get your last unpainted bowl. Then you have one more week till March 21st to get your painted bowl back to the folks who are going to throw it in the kiln and cook it. So those are the 2 big dates. March 14th is your last day to actually pick up your unpainted bowl and get her done. You have a week to do that, and you have until the 21st to get it back to them.
I forgot a critical part of the whole kit, either if you're painting on-site at Inspirations or if you're taking it home with you, you also receive a coupon for every bowl that you purchase to redeem for a bowl of soup at local restaurants.
Oh.
So we have local restaurants, and you get a coupon, and then you go to the local restaurant to get your bowl of soup. So usually we would have a dinner for everybody at the end of the event, but this year we're not able to pool 500 or 600 people all together in a single room. So, but you'll get a coupon for a bowl of soup.
And you'd be amazed, maybe you can paint a bowl, you know? I mean, if Alan can paint a bowl, anybody can paint a bowl.
Very true.
So, Alan, it's always good to see you. Anything we can do for the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council, as you well know, you can come by and pay me a visit anytime you want, Alan.
I appreciate that very much, and just appreciate the opportunity to share this really fun event.
It really is.
Yep.
Just go to Google, type in Wenatchee empty bowls. Everything else just self-fills, and you're down the road. And I'm glad that this event is continuing on in the world that we live in now.
Yes. Had to change things up a little bit, but we adjust and adapt and move forward.
And if we keep doing our part, maybe Alan will be out of a job one of these days, although I seriously doubt it.
I could hope.
Alan, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you as well.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Eplidolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive, no nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Eplidolin family is the right choice for you.
Family owned and operated Eplidolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Kashmir. Affordable care.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner with dine-in or takeout options. Highlander Grill's friendly staff is here to serve you 7 days a week this winter. Contact Chelan, Highlander Grill's site coordinator, to schedule your corporate event or special occasion.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word. I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting.
I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
It is already 43 degrees outside of our studios, so enjoy this beautiful weather for a few more days because here comes the cold. We showed you the slide earlier. Look at the continental United States. Big mass of cold air is going to come right on down and pay us a visit. Now here in the Pacific Northwest, it's going to be colder than normal, but nothing, as you can see, that the Midwest is going to be getting. So just a quick heads up, it's still winter, even though it feels awfully spring-like. From the National Weather Service, one more time, your forecast. It says 48. I think we're going to be into the 50s. We hit 52 yesterday, and we're already at 43, so we're only 5 degrees away from our afternoon high, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet. So another bountiful day of sunshine. Now, tomorrow, it's going to start tonight, but really tomorrow, we're going to have a little bit of wind, maybe a raindrop or snowflake early Saturday morning. Before that dissipates, we'll top off at 48. We start the cooling trend on Super Bowl Sunday as a registered trademark of the National Football League, all rights reserved, with a high of only 42, and then 38, 32. Here comes that cold air into the early part of next week. But another beautiful, sunny, mild day today. Real quick on the passes, we don't have enough time. Traction tires are advised across the board. Heavy snow expected in the Cascades this weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.